Max. It was so good.
Wait, Max, the theme for today, whatever happens, just blink and smile.
Just blink and smile, right?
That's all we got to do today.
Blink and smile.
If we just smile.
Back up against the wall?
Smile.
Smile.
Everything will be fine.
Don't worry. Be happy. Listen, Jay, it was so pleasurable to watch that last night. The fact that this thing got to a Game 7 at Boston, no one's ever done it. They're going to host the game. Here it
Spoken like a true Yankees and Giants and Knicks fan.
They cut it to single digits. Here it comes. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. First of all, hold on. Let's back up. I haven't seen you in like a week.
Yeah, some family stuff go on, with mom. Make sure everything was good and resting. And then
it's all good?
All is good, man. Good, all is well. And now we're here. Now we're here.
Now we're here. Yeah. You have a good Memorial Day?
I did.
Weekend?
I did. I feel like your skin is my skin's complexion almost.
Really?
I mean, because you barely wear short sleeves.
So I do. You're
why I have short now. You're tan, so you're showing it.
That's actually not why. I was getting dressed. I had a long sleeve shirt originally. I looked at the weather. Oh, it's going to be high 50s when I get in, mid 60s when I get out. And then I thought about the studio. And at some point, you're going to signal to Paulie to make it warmer in here. And I thought, why would I sweat? Let me just put on a polo shirt.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I was with the family. We kicked it. My daughter was trying to. My wife was trying to race. First off, my wife is riding my daughter's bike, which tells you my wife is not the tallest person in the world. And my daughter was like, "All right, here we go. You're gonna race Zane." And she's like, "All right, we're like, Millie, give us a countdown." And Millie is my daughter's name. And she's like, 10, 8, 6, 7, 1, go. And I'm like,
we have a little problem.
we have to work on the counting backwards. But other than that, it was great.
Yeah, that's great.
It was cool, man.
That's great. And of course, Memorial Day, we're thinking about the servicemen
Everybody
and women
out there, yes. Thank you for your service.
We can enjoy a weekend like that because we are free, and that is partly because we've always had a strong military, and that is very important, and we honor their service, naturally. Yes. But it has evolved into oh my God, this is the greatest, weekend because it is the start of summer.
Were you on the grill?
I was on the grill.
Oh, hot dogs?
Yeah, but
okay. By the way, this show has made me cut hot dogs out of my meal.
Why?
Because there was footage shown here of what somebody angry did to a hot dog. Yeah, and I can never look at hot dogs ever the same.
No, listen, I have 3 girls, right, between the ages of 14 and 8. So 14, 11, and 8. So I'm not getting like when Key starts talking about what he's doing with the charcoal, and then he he bastes the thing and he lets it sit for an hour and a half, and this thing's been prepped. He's been prepping for 6 weeks already and marinate. Come on, man. I'm throwing hot dogs and burgers on the grill. That's it.
No
steaks?
Won't
even have ketchup on the thing.
No steaks?
No, I didn't do any steaks.
Oh, really?
Nah, no one's eating the steaks except for me.
Yeah.
And then when I'm eating the steak, I'm looking at the
grilled vegetables? No. You don't do the vegetables with the hot dog?
I do sometimes, but not this weekend.
Oh, so you're just straight hot dogs or burgers. That's it.
That was it.
All right.
That was the whole thing.
Say less.
Yeah, that's right.
Say less, son.
Say less is the most useful one. How did it take decades to come up with say less from say no more? Say less should have been obvious decades ago.
Now you start saying SL. You give it an acronym now.
Is that right?
Make it even more hit.
When did this happen?
SL. I don't know. I give everything acronyms. I give people nicknames. I make it an acronym.
Who is like in the history of slang, right? I want to meet the person who came up with say less. That person's name should be in the Slang Hall of Fame. Next to the person who came up with like fresh and deaf and, say less, dope, word. Should all be in the Slang Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's right.
DAF, D-A-F. Dope is, there you go. See, acronym. So tie it all together. Anyway.
So yesterday was a great day in the life of a Boston hater, right? Which is me, 100%. 100% I root against the Boston teams as a New Yorker.
Can I just tell you, there was a great tweet yesterday. Boston becomes the first city to lose a home Game 7 to an 8 seed in both hockey and basketball.
Thank you, Bruins.
In the same season.
Awesome.
And both teams are from the Florida area. The Panthers are in the Cup, and now the Miami Heat are in the NBA
Florida
Finals.
8 seeds.
Look at that.
And let's face it, Miami in particular is basically New York South. That's how I look at it.
Definitely during the pandemic.
Pat Riley, the whole thing. Listen, the fact that the Heat blew the Celtics out, and Caleb Martin, think he should have been Eastern Conference Finals MVP, or is that taking it too far?
I would have still given it to Jimmy Butler, but he made one hell of a case. And I mean, the story of Caleb Martin, for anybody out there who doesn't know, Caron Butler used to spend time here at ESPN. He is an assistant coach on the staff. It's one of the best stories in basketball, okay? Literally, J. Cole, yes, the rapper, J. Cole, made a call to Caron Butler because he was working out with Caleb Martin and said, you need to give this young man a look. Think about that. One of the famous rappers, the most famous rappers in the world,
with it, for sure,
gave a call to the assistant coach for the Miami Heat and said, this player would fit perfectly in your culture, in your team. And they gave him a look. And now this dude is on a team that made a case for the Eastern Conference MVP.
How about this? Game 7 on the road against a 2 seed when you're an 8 seed. Caleb Martin, by the way, we've already had the Gabe Vincent story, right? Like that's already happened, right? This is another dude that people casuals didn't even know existed, right? 9 of 11 on jump shots per second spectrum tracking. Those 9 made jumpers are 3 more than he had in any other game of his career. He does it in the Game 7 on the road. 100% effective field goal percentage on jumpers. On top of that, Jimmy Butler, on why he was so confident heading into last night.
I just know Coach Spo wanted me to be here, and that's to compete at a high level and to win championships. I know that the group that they put around me at all times is going to give me an opportunity to do so. So I was always very, very confident in that. I work extremely hard with the team, with Brickley. I can score on Remy all day, every day, as I've posted on Instagram. So I'm just confident. I know the work that we all put into it, so I know what we're capable of. But nobody's satisfied. We haven't done anything. We don't play just to win the Eastern Conference. We play to win the whole thing.
Yo, so shout out to Chris Brickley, Black Ops. Him and Carmelo Anthony have a training facility here in New York. He trains some of the best players in the world. He's the guy that you just heard Jimmy Butler reference, right? And then also, hear me when I say this, because I'm sure that a lot of people may disagree with it, but I don't care. Before it's said and done, when it's all said and done, Max, the Miami Heat have 2 of the greatest coaches, 2 of the top 5 greatest coaches together coaching this team. Pat Riley.
No one was going to argue with Pat Riley.
Pat Riley, yep. Top 5. Before it's all said and done, Eric Spoelstra.
Okay, you're not saying yet. 5. You're saying you see the trajectory.
I mean, he's pretty much close to being there now.
I can't really argue with that.
What is he, like 5 or 6? Like, if you just want to, I mean, and also what I give him more credit for, Max, is this is one of the greatest coaches to ever coach any sport, right? As
Pat Riley.
Pat Riley, yeah. As an assistant coach, as a head coach, as a player, as an executive, he's been to the NBA Finals 19 times.
25% of all finals ever played in the NBA have involved Pat Riley.
So this guy is overseeing you. He's at the top of the pyramid. And you still allow another guy who's going to be top 5 when it's all said and done to grow. And this is what great coaches do. They lure you into your worst tendencies. They say, oh, you're a high volume 3-point shooting team. Oh, you want to take, let's combine 77 3-point shots in the last 2 games? Sure. I'll play a zone. I'll lure you into taking tough contested threes. And also, when you're shooting threes in the first...
Okay, wait, back up. That's super interesting.
I have so much to say about this,
Super interesting. You're saying Eric Spoelstra, who you believe is on his way to becoming or being recognized as a top 5 coach ever, which is interesting because he's won the finals when you gave him a loaded crew. He
best coach in basketball now.
And
I'm saying that with Steve Kerr being in the game.
Yeah, right. And then even when he's had a kind of ragtag team, here he is in the finals, deep in the conference championship or in the finals twice in 4 years. I get it. But you're saying that he lured the Boston Celtics, who are a 3-point shooting team. They can live and die by the 3. Live or die by it. He lured them into shooting it, into taking it by playing a zone.
By playing like a 2-3 amoeba zone. So they extend the zone up like, 3/4 court. So it gives you a different look. The wings are spread out. And Boston does not shoot any mid-range. Derek White was the only one going to the rack last night. Did you notice that? And Jaylen Brown, every time he tried to dance with the ball, people kept talking about, oh, he's so loose with the ball. Why? Because you always had people digging in from the weak side. He never just saw one-on-one isolated defenders. He always saw 2 or 3 defenders. There are no gaps to drive into there. So you lure the team into playing, okay, shoot contested shots. Shoot a lot of shots in Game 7 when your legs are heavy. Yeah, let's play that game. And that goes to show you the genius of Eric Spoelstra.
So he's taking his chances because with the 3, there's a lot of volatility in the NBA right now, partly because the 3 ball is falling for a team like the Celtics. If they're just hitting those shots, what can you do? But Spoelstra's figuring Game 7, legs tired. We're going to contest those 3s. We're not going to give him the mid-range, and he likes his chances.
So the last 2 games, the Boston Celtics, 16 of 77 from the three-point line, 21%. 16 of 77, Max.
Heat ran zone for 99 possessions in the series. That's the 3rd most by any team in a series over the past 10 postseasons. And the Celtics shot 8 of 46 on threes versus zone in this series. 8 of 46.
That's the series.
What? That's the series.
That's the series.
That's the series.
That's the coaching mismatch that we've been talking about the whole time.
How does he make it hard for them to hit those 3s? Like, what is he doing to tilt it so that those 3s are not being hit, though?
You asked that question. I'm going to ask another question going into the next segment, because if you see a team start off the game 0 of 12, coaching-wise, from the three-point line, how are you not changing the scheme offensively?
Oh, 8